So if you're thinking about buying a house in 2022, there's a lot to consider. But here's the number one thing that you need to do before you get started. So there's a lot that goes into buying a house, and it can definitely be almost a scary process, and you want to get educated. The number one thing that you need to do is get pre-approved. Pre-approval means that we've done the loan application for you, we've looked at your credit report, and we've got all your income and asset documentation. That way we can thoroughly make sure that you are ready to go to buy a house from a mortgage perspective. One of the big reasons of this is we want to look at your credit report to make sure there's no things that you didn't know about. A prime example is medical collections, because on 1 out of every 10 credit reports I see, there's a $50, $60 medical collection that the borrower didn't even know about. And these can hurt your credit score a lot. 50, 60, 70, 80 points from just one little medical collection. A lot of times they're pretty easy to clear up. So it's definitely something we want to do when we check your credit, and I'll make a thorough analysis of your credit report just to make sure that you completely understand what's on there. The next thing we're going to look at is your income and asset documentation. So mortgage has a lot of guidelines that don't make a lot of sense. They've been written by the government, by people that probably never even worked in the business. So just because you make a certain amount of money doesn't always mean that we can use that money in your income analysis, especially if you're self-employed. So I want to take a good look at all the documentation up front so there's no surprises. The same things go for your assets, so your bank statements, your 401ks, etc. We need to make sure there's no large deposits coming through there. There's no money being moved around. If you have cash on hand, which we call mattress money, that's not something that we can always use. So it always helps for us to make a good review of all the documentation ahead of time, so there's no surprises once you're under contract. We also want you to be pre-approved, because that's going to make you the strongest offer possible when you're ready to make an offer on a house. If you haven't even gotten pre-approved or pre-qualified, they're probably not even going to look at your offer. Now, if you get pre-qualified, since sometimes we're not using documentation, so it's not as strong as the pre-approval. So we want to do a full pre-approval. So all you really need is just your appraisal, the title policy, and your homeowner's insurance. It makes the strongest offer, and it lets the sellers know that you're serious and ready to buy a house. Now, one important factor of this, besides what we've already talked about, is when we're doing a pre-approval, I'm not just going to get you pre-approved, send you a letter, and send you on your way. I'm going to put you through a full analysis. So we're going to look at lots of different loan options. We're going to look at different rate options, different loan terms, fixed rates versus ARMs, different loan products, because I want to make sure that you can make an informed decision on what's the best loan option for you. I can tell you what works best for me, but you'll have different long-term and short-term financial goals than I do. So I really want to get you educated on what's out there. It can save you tens of thousands of dollars and really make a difference as you're building wealth with your house. And finally, what we want to talk about is I want you confident and ready to go when you're ready to buy a house. Especially your first time. As I said, the mortgage process can be pretty scary, and buying a house can be even scarier just because there's so much uncertainty. So the more we educate you up front, the more confident and ready you are. So when you do see that house that you love, you're ready to put an offer on it and hopefully buy your dream house. And I hope this information helped. If it does, please share or subscribe to my channel, and definitely hit the like button. Have a great day. Smash the like button!